Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, double lines to the Apostle GMS. I want to go and touch on this topic right here about as in the days of Noah, because that's the time we in now. Now you may say, wait a minute, brother, how are we in the time of the days of Noah? Noah was thousands of years ago, but we in the days of Noah in this time in regards to this is just like the days of Noah, I should say. So when I say we're in the days of Noah, what I mean by that is we're in a time where there's a pending destruction. A destruction is soon to come. Just like back during the time of Noah, when the destruction was the great flood. Right? So let's get right to it on what is that's meant by that. Luke chapter 17, verse 26. This is the Lord speaking, Yahweh Shah, the one of the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. It says, Luke 17:26, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. So just as it was in the days of Noah, it's going to be the same way in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drink, they married wives. They were given in marriage. Now what does that mean? They eat, they drink, they marry wives, and they were given in marriage. What it's telling you is that these were people that were caught up in the daily pleasures of life. Things like what we just read: eating, drinking, marrying. They married wives. They were given in marriage. These are all the things that are pleasing to the flesh. Eating, drinking, marrying. In other words, the world was in a very jovial, happy type of spirit, because that's what these things symbolize. It don't mean that that's all that they were doing. It's just an example of the mentality of the people who were there at that time. They were eating, they were drinking, which eating and drinking, that's pleasing of the flesh. Marrying and giving in marriage, that's what also pleasing to the flesh. So they were doing things that were pleasing to the flesh. You marrying and you giving in marriage, what does that encompass? Sex. So they was engaging in all of these different type of things, just living their lives without taking into account that there was a destruction on its way, which is the same thing we're living in now. There's a destruction on its way, but this is not going to be a flood. This is going to be a thermonuclear destruction. Yes, a thermonuclear destruction. That's the fire that's going to destroy Babylon the Great, and Babylon the Great is what? America. And a thermonuclear destruction is going to take place when? During World War III, the coming World War III. And if you look at the world, that's how they living. They just living it up. Nobody has any concerns at all. Even people who claim they believers. Okay, verse 27. They did eat and they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. So they were doing all of those things to the very end. Check that out. Until the day Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. So Noah entered the ark, and the flood came. In other words, Noah was scarcely saved. He made it right into the ark before the whole entire flood, before the flood came and flooded the whole world. All right, and killed everybody, other than Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their 3 wives, those 8 souls. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot. Same thing in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drink, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built it. They were just living their lives like people do now. Somewhere somebody's eating, somebody's drinking, somebody's buying something, somebody's selling something, somebody's planting something, somebody's building something. These are the daily activities of life. Okay? The daily toils of life, that's what people were engaging in, without taking into account there was a destruction that was going to come. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. See? They were involved in the daily toils of life and they were destroyed. See, but in Sodom and Gomorrah, see that they didn't even know a destruction was coming at those times. The whole entire planet didn't know. The ones that knew were the ones that the Most High was dealing with, which was Noah and Lot. Those are the ones who the Most High had directly told, yo, this is a destruction that's coming. Which shows you that in times like that, The Most High has a few chosen people that he's dealing with, that he really wants, who in turn warns others, but the only one that's going to be saved is the ones that the Most High want to be saved from them. But the same day, I read that part. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. And see, so when the Son of Man is revealed, when Yahweh shall come back, it's going to be like the same thing. And that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. So don't go back and return and try to grab anything. Don't go back and try and have those desires of those worldly possessions. Don't be on the housetop and have your stuff in the house and come down to get it. Oh shoot, let me go in the house and grab this. Oh shoot, I'm in the field. Let me go back and return and go get this. No. You're not supposed to have that mentality. That's why he said what? Remember Lot's wife, because Lot's wife had desired the things of the world, the things of Sodom and Gomorrah that was pleasing unto her. So when Lot's wife looked back, it don't literally mean that she had to actually look back and turn around. Oh shoot, there goes Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed. She looked back in the aspect of, in her heart, in her mind, she desired, those things. It's like if somebody says, after that happened, I ain't look back. It don't mean they literally didn't turn around and look. It means their mind was no longer fixated upon that particular thing, and they just let it go. That's how you're supposed to be. All these things that we got gonna be destroyed, brothers. Whosoever, then it says, whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. Whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. See? Now let me go to another scripture. So if you try to save your life, you're going to lose it. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to save their lives. They loved their lives. They loved the lives that they lived at that time. And they lost their lives. But the ones that didn't, that's not supposed to save their lives going to be preserved. Why? Because they put their faith in the hands of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Now this is Romans chapter 13, verse 13. It's similar to what we read in Luke 17. Let us walk honestly, honestly, as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness. Look at the word rioting. It goes back into the feast of Bacchus, a frolic and late night procession of male and female friends, drinking, and basically like think of like a festival, like a carnival, or like a parade. I'm driving right now, so I can't really, click on a blue letter to go into it. If traffic gets built up, I could do it, or if I stop at a red light. Drunkenness, it's self-explanatory. Now that doesn't mean you can't drink, but you're not supposed to. Just don't have that riotous kind of spirit. You always gotta go clubbing, you always gotta go to the bar, you don't really want to be in that kind of spirit. That stuff is a distraction. Not in chambering. Chambering, that means adultery. We know what that is already. Dealing with, if you're a man, that's dealing with a woman that's not yours. A woman that's dealing with another man. And wantonness, meaning being undisciplined, not in strife and envying. So that's what we're supposed to be. Walk honestly. Okay? Because when you go up to the previous verse, the 12th verse, it says the night is far spent. The day is at hand. So Yahushua, at one time the night was far spent, now the day is at hand. So we in a day when Yahushua, we in a time when Yahushua, that day star as mentioned in the book of, I believe it's Thessalonians, Yahushua being a day star. We're in a time of when Yahushua is going to come back. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. So let's put on the armor of light. So we got to cast off all of those works of darkness. We got to put on that armor of light. Okay? We got to cast those things off. We got to put on the armor of light. Which that armor is talking about the scriptures. You can read about that in Ephesians, the 5th chapter. So this is just like Luke, the 17th chapter. It's talking about those people who, when the destruction was coming, they were still living their regular lives without a care in the world. This right here is telling you something different. It's telling you, no, you got to put off those works of darkness and put on that armor of light. You got to not be chambering and rioting like how they was doing. Matter of fact, let me jump to verse 11. I know I'm reading backwards. I wanted to get exactly to the point in verse 13, but as I'm looking, I'm seeing, you know, other verses I could have started at. Romans 13:11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep." High time meaning a time when you should have done something. When you're doing something that should have already been done. If I say it's high time. If I say, Salaki, something happened with my phone. If I say it's high time you clean up your room, that means it's time to do something that should have already been done. So if it's high time to wake out of sleep, it's time to do something that should have already been done. So you should have already woken out of sleep. Okay? For now, our salvation is nearer than we believe. There you go. Our salvation is nearer than we believe, which means there's destruction that's coming, and it's time for our salvation. Remember, the destruction was coming during the time of Noah. The destruction was coming during the time of Lot. It was time to be saved. Lot was saved, right? Noah was saved. His son, their wives were all saved, right? Why was that? Because what? Those are the ones that the Most High chose. They wasn't rioting, they wasn't chambering, they wasn't living in wantonness, they wasn't going about doing the things that the other people was doing during the time of Lot and Noah. I know, like I said, I went up a couple verses. I was gonna strictly go to verse 13. Start with just hit that verse. But the Spirit had me look up and see other verses. But y'all brothers could get my drift on that. The night is far spent and the day is at hand. Therefore let us cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. And so it's time to put on the armor of light because the day is at hand of Yahweh Shai's salvation. Remember Yahweh Shai said in Luke 17, that's the time it's going to be when the Son of Man is revealed. That's the day. That's that day that we're reading about right here. Okay? They were all just doing their own thing until the Son of Man was revealed. Just like they was all doing their own thing when the destruction came inside of Sodom and Gomorrah, doing their own thing when the flood came. They're going to be doing their own thing when the Son of Man comes. But the ones that's going to be saved, guess what? They're going to be what? Verse 13, walking honestly. Let us walk honestly, as in the day. Not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. We're not going to be like that. That's why when that time comes, we'll be delivered, Lord willing, with the elect, if we maintain the faith to the end. 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, right? A thief not going to tell you, I'm coming at 10:15 through the back window. No, a thief not going to worry. They're just going to come and do what they're going to do. But the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. Will come as a thief in the night, so it's going to be caught off guard. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. That's talking about the thermonuclear destruction. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. See? The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So all of the works therein, these buildings made out of stone, made out of iron, made out of steel, all of that's going to be burnt up. Cars, everything. By way of thermonuclear destruction in the coming Third World War. I mean, America, Babylon the Great is going to be completely destroyed and never inhabited again. Other places are going to be hit, but America is going to be completely destroyed. Because America is the place of the captivity of the Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans based upon your father's line. Your father to his father, like that. Okay? Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. So not even that the only thing will be dissolved, not even that the destruction is coming. Remember, there was destruction coming to Sodom and Gomorrah. There was a destruction coming with the flood during the time of Noah. There's going to be a destruction coming now in the time of our Lord Yahweh Shai. What manner of persons ought ye to be? In all holy conversation and godliness. There you go. Not like them people who was just living their life, eating and drinking, marrying, giving in marriage, buying, selling, planting and building. Not like them. Being holy conversation, man. Meaning way of life. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Lord. So you're looking for it and you hasten, you're hoping it comes fast. You know it's a destruction. We know it's a destruction, but we're hoping that it comes so that we can be delivered, so that Most High can set up the kingdom of heaven on earth. Okay? Wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. See? Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. There you go. There's a little more I can read, but that's the point. So that's how we're going to be. That's how we should be. Just like in Luke 17, it says, that's how they're going to be when the Son of Man is revealed. And we read it now, the Son of Man, when he comes, it's going to be fire. So they're going to be just like when Sodom and Gomorrah was set on fire. They was living their lives, doing what they wanted to do. It's like when the great flood came during the time of Noah. They was no flood came first. When the flood came, they was doing what they wanted to do during the time of Noah. When the destruction came to Sodom and Gomorrah, when they were burnt up with fire and brimstone, they was doing what they wanted to do. Now when Yahweh Shah come on the scene, is coming back, making the second coming, they're gonna be doing the same thing, doing whatever they want to do, and they were caught up in the destruction. The water destroyed all of them during the time of Noah, and the fire and brimstone destroyed all of them during the time of Lot, and the fire, that nuclear destruction, thermonuclear destruction, gonna destroy them again in this time too. So we gotta just stay on the ball, man. Fast, pray, do our lessons, and live life according to the scriptures to the best of our ability, our best of our God-given ability. So with that, I'm gonna close and say, oh praise to Yahweh Shem Shah, double lines to the Apostle GMS. All you brothers learn something, shalom.